Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news in what might be one of the most surprising and potentially transformative rumors of the NFL offseason. Reports are emerging that the Cincinnati Bengals, a team currently struggling with a 5-11 record, and in the midst of a major rebuild, are preparing to make a bold move that could shake up the NFC North and give the Green Bay Packers a serious boost in their quest for another Super Bowl appearance. The buzz is that Cincinnati is open to trading star wide receiver Ja'Marr Chase, one of the most explosive playmakers in the league today, in exchange for draft picks from the Packers, specifically a first-round pick in 2027 and a third-round pick in 2026. The Bengals, facing a tough reality with a declining roster and a need to free up cap space, roughly $26 million, are seemingly willing to part ways with Chase to help finance their rebuild, which has been hampered by a struggling offensive line and defensive line extensions. Now, this isn't just about a player swap. This could be a game changer, not just for the Bengals and Packers, but for the entire NFC landscape. Ja'Marr Chase, a player who has dazzled Ohio with his blazing speed and game-breaking ability, could be heading to Green Bay, a team that's desperately looking to add that explosive element to their offense. Chase is widely regarded as one of the most talented and dangerous receivers in the league, with a rare combination of speed, agility, and YAC, yards after catch, ability that leaves defenses grasping at thin air. Since entering the league, Chase has racked up an impressive 395 receptions, over 700 yards, and 48 touchdowns, numbers that speak to his big play capability and consistency. His average of 88 yards per game and a PFF grade of 91. 5 underscore just how elite he is. Looking at his recent performance, Chase has been a true difference maker for Cincinnati. In the 2025 season, he totaled 108 receptions for 500 yards and scored 12 touchdowns on 145 targets, with a staggering 580 yards after catch and yards per route of 2.7. His EPA, expected points added, per target sits at a solid 0.34, and he's been remarkably durable, missing no games and surpassing his 2024 stats, which already saw him rack up over 200 yards. His success on deep targets, reminiscent of the peak Antonio Brown days, has increased by about 19% compared to previous seasons, making him a true deep threat. Chase's ability to stretch the field and create mismatches would be an immediate upgrade for Green Bay's passing attack, which has shown flashes but still lacks that consistent explosive element. So why would Cincinnati make such a move? Well, the Bengals are currently giving up an average of 2 points per game, a number that's far from ideal for a team aiming to contend. With a cap hit of around $14 million for Chase, Cincinnati might see this as a strategic move to free up cap space for their offensive line, especially after giving up 48 sacks last season, and to fund extensions on their defensive line. The Bengals are also looking at the big picture, aiming to avoid paying a staggering $34 million annually for Chase in future years, thus making the trade financially sensible. Plus, with their recent history of trading away key players, like the Higgins trade in 2024, they're clearly not afraid to shake things up if it means building a more balanced and competitive roster. For the Packers, this potential acquisition of Chase would be nothing short of a seismic shift. Green Bay's receiving core has been solid but not explosive enough to consistently threaten defenses deep down the field. Adding Chase would immediately give Jordan Love a true weapon capable of pushing defenses back and creating more one-on-one opportunities for guys like Romeo Doubs, who would benefit from the increased attention Chase would command. With Chase's ability to average over 88 yards per game and his proven track record of big plays, plus his 10-plus touchdown seasons, he would give the Packers a much-needed boost in the passing game. His presence alone could elevate the entire offense, opening up space for the run game, which has been slightly more efficient lately, with a plus 13% improvement in effectiveness. If Chase joins the Packers, it could propel their offense into the top 7 in the league, reminiscent of the 2011 Packers team that led the NFL with over 350 yards per game. And let's not forget that Chase's addition would significantly improve Green Bay's chances of making a deep playoff run. His ability to win against press man coverage, which he does with a success rate of around 15%, paired with his YAC explosiveness in the playoffs, makes him an X-factor. The Packers, historically a team with a stout defense and a balanced offense, could transform into a legitimate Super Bowl contender with a player like Chase on their roster. His presence could push the Packers' odds of winning the NFC from around plus 1,800 to a more favorable plus 1,000, an increase of approximately 44%. That kind of boost is huge and makes Green Bay not just a dark horse but a serious contender. Of course, this kind of trade isn't just about adding a star receiver. It's about strategic planning, cap management, and building a roster with a clear vision of future success. For Green Bay, Chase represents a catalyst, an offensive visionary who could ignite their attack and lead the team to new heights. His skill set aligns perfectly with what the Packers need: a big play receiver who can stretch the field, create mismatches, and make defenses pay for overcommitting. The Packers have been building towards this kind of explosive offense, and acquiring Chase could be that final piece to put them over the top. Now, looking at the broader picture, Cincinnati's decision to potentially move Chase might be a sign that they're prioritizing long-term financial flexibility and draft capital over immediate success. They're betting on their ability to rebuild around their core and future draft picks. For the Bengals, it's a calculated risk, one that could either set them up for a brighter future or leave them scrambling to replace a player of Chase's caliber. But for Green Bay, it's an opportunity that doesn't come around often. A chance to acquire a franchise-changing receiver who has already proven he can dominate at the NFL level. As the offseason progresses and more details emerge, fans should keep a close eye on this story. If the trade goes through, it could be one of the most impactful moves of the entire year, reshaping the NFC North and giving the Packers a massive offensive upgrade. Imagine a receiving core featuring Chase, Doubs, and the emerging talents on the team, all working together to push the Packers back into Super Bowl contention. It's a tantalizing possibility and one that would excite every Packers fan eager for another shot at the coveted Lombardi Trophy. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Green Bay Packers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. In the end, whether or not this trade materializes, it underscores how high the stakes are this offseason for Green Bay. They're looking to capitalize on opportunities and make bold moves to reclaim their spot among the league's elite. With the right pieces, the Packers could be back in the Super Bowl picture sooner than anyone expects, especially if they manage to land someone like Ja'Marr Chase. His addition would be a statement that Green Bay is serious about contending and is willing to make the necessary moves to do so. For the fans, it's an exciting time, hopeful, ambitious, and full of potential. The NFL offseason is always unpredictable, but one thing is certain: the Green Bay Packers are on the move and the future is looking brighter than ever. And now, Green Bay Packers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Green Bay Packers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Green Bay Packers news.